Hey everyone, it's Saturday morning. Well, actually, more like Saturday afternoon after we've ran all our errands. Jace got his permit this morning for driver's training, so we're really excited. He drove me uptown and we picked up a couple of supplies. Earlier this morning, I went to Menards and picked up some flooring. One of the things I've been wanting to do to this room for a very long time is to rip out the carpet and replace it with some laminate flooring. It really has been through 2.5 families. I say 2.5 because my parents lived in the house for a very short time. Prior to that, there was a mom with three young kids that lived in the house. And then, of course, we've raised Jace for the last 4.5 years in this house, along with a puppy. So with that being said, the carpet really needs to be ripped out and it needs to be replaced. I'd been waiting for the right time. This weekend, Dave is gone to the campground, so I decided that I was going to try and tackle this task on my own. The guys at Menards seem to think that it is a doable task, so we're going to see. In a minute, I'm going to take you around, show you the carpet, show you the room. We'll take some pictures during the process to kind of show you what it takes to be me and do a floor. Not something I've ever done before. However, I have watched it done. And in today's day and age, we have lots of resources. The guys at Menards were great in some of the instructions that they gave. And we have some great YouTube videos that I've kind of watched and learned a few little tips and tricks from. So I'm going to give you a tour of the living room, and then from there, we're going to start to rip out some carpet. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. All right, well, the project is finished. We ended up with new flooring. Also ended up painting the living room as the brown walls really didn't go with the flooring that I picked out. Thought it was going to be a DIY I would do on my own. However, I did end up with some help. One of my best friend's husbands came over on Sunday to help me after I had all the carpet tore out to actually put down the floors. What a godsend, because the cuts would have been a little more than what I was used to. So in just a second, I'm going to reveal the floors and the rest of the living room. This is the entryway, and it is one room. So the dining room when you walk in was brown, if you remember in the pictures. And the flooring was some pretty old carpet that'd been through a couple of puppies. So as we turn around, I'll show you more of the dining room. We did paint the walls a really light gray color, look a little blue. However, they are gray. We did that to match the flooring that we purchased. And then that is the dining room, and as it transitions into the living room. Really turned out nice. Super happy with the flooring we bought. The flooring we did for a little under $600, believe it or not, and it is really solid flooring. This is the living room view. As you walk into the living room, you can tell that we did have to kind of replace some rugs because the old ones did not match. However, we picked up that rug for, I want to say it was like $20 from a Family Dollar down the road. So really didn't go super pricey with that. Do know that the walls were brown, and of course we had a brown couch and a beige chair. Eventually, hopefully we'll just upgrade those so that they'll match a little better. You can kind of tell we've got some big windows which offer some natural light. With the brown, it really didn't seem like it brought in that much light. However, with the gray tones and the white baseboard, we also replaced the baseboard. It really does allow a lot more of that natural light to come in, and it really looks a lot more finished, a lot brighter. It really looks like more of an inviting space where our friends and our family and our kiddos might want to hang out with us. That's always the goal, is to have a comfy, cozy space. So I'm going to walk out the front entryway just so that you can kind of see as that transitions in. It really did turn out nice. I was very thankful for the help. Again, I thought this was a project I was doing on my own. Then I realized that those cuts, it really is easier to have two people for one, measuring, cutting, and then putting the flooring down. And I learned a lot in the process. So when we get ready to do the bedroom, which I'd really like to do with a similar flooring, we will go ahead and do the same type of floor, but I think it'll be a lot easier for me to plan the process, and I will make sure that there are two of us. Of course, Dave came home, my husband came home a little early from his camp trip and helped finish the floor and put this really nice baseboard down. One thing to remember is when you go from the carpet to the pergo or hardwood or vinyl flooring, we had some pretty thick carpet and thick padding, and of course that meant our baseboards were not going to match even if we painted them, because we needed something that came up a little higher on the walls and something that came out a little wider. So that's one thing to keep in mind when you're doing this, is that you may need to replace your trim. We really were glad we waited until we were pretty much done, because we bought the trim the first time and it was a little small. We went back and had to actually replace it with some larger trim. So that is, in a nutshell, our weekend and partial week remodel. And as you can tell, I do have still one bare wall. I'm waiting for the perfect picture to hang there. So until next time, see ya.